Welcome back to Take It Slow Homestead. I'm Carol, and I have 108 project days left this season. And by this season, I mean this summer. We only have one growing season around here. It's about a 4-month long summer, and it goes from May 20th to September 20th, approximately. So, let me show you what my grandson has been helping me with today. Here's the new burning pit. We have dug in this area right over here, down about 2.5 feet in this area. And all of it will eventually be that deep. I think that I'll have a slope on this end right here. Here's the perimeter. It goes around here, over to here, around on this deep end, and it keeps going over to here. So that's the perimeter. Now it's still, even though it has rained a little bit, it's still pretty hard, compacted soil. Some areas are a little softer, so it's easier to get out, but there's some hard areas too. But my grandson helped me this morning, and then it started to sprinkle on us. So we took a lunch break, and he's going to come back tomorrow. But like I said, even though it rained a little bit, it didn't really soften it up too much. But I'm going to dig a few wheelbarrow loads of some of this and take it to the front yard project. So I'm going to be doing that for a few minutes till I get too tired to do it anymore. After I loaded up some of this dirt and took it out in the front, I came back and I loosened up some so that tomorrow when we work on it again, there's a whole pile here that's been loosened up, and it will be easier for my grandson to throw in the back of the pickup. So I did a little bit of that. That's good to have that all ready for tomorrow, and it will be good when the other half, I think we only have about a half left to go, actually, maybe a little more than a half left. It will be nice to have this done. Here's the burning pile area where I just recently had the big fire a few videos ago, and what I have done is put some fencing materials here. I had some chicken wire, and there's a big roll of wire fencing. Over here is a big pile of wood. My grandson helped me move all these materials from one place to another. The place they were was right over here in this area of the field. I call this the east field. There's still some tree stumps back there, old tree stumps, and so I'll have to weed around that. And then over here in this corner, even though I mowed, I couldn't get this area here because there's actually a berm back here. It goes behind the stumps and then over to this area. So I need to mow these weeds here and here and here with the push mower. So this is the east field, and what I really want to do is just be able to keep this under control. to keep it mowed, even though it's just weeds. I just need to keep the weeds down and feel like I have more control with this piece of my property, and then more of an opportunity to do other things with it besides just let the weeds grow. Here's where we're digging the pit, and I think that it will be in a good location. It's far enough away from the fence, the shed. Those pallets are going to be moved. And then it's also a pit and not just a level piece of ground. So I think it will be in a good location right here. And it's definitely not as wide as the place where we've been burning limbs and sticks and weeds prior. That's a pretty big area. So I don't want to have a fire this big again. As big as the one that we just burned the other day. The other evening I was able to plant the rest of the strawberries for this area. So if you remember, way over there, right along there, that's the big area that I showed you in the last video. And then I had a couple of strawberries planted here also. But now I have 6 right here in this part, and then 4 in this little area. There's those. And then the place where I just had 2, I now have 4. So all of the strawberries are in, and I decided to go ahead and plant some asparagus seeds. One of my concerns was, am I going to be able to remember exactly where I put the seeds? But I had an idea, so I think in the next video when I actually plant a few asparagus seeds, I will let you know what my idea was and how I can remember where I planted those seeds. So hopefully you'll be looking forward to that. I can't wait to get them in the ground. This is a pretty little flower bed that does better and better every year. These are dianthus. There's also those purple balloon flowers planted in here, and some perennial delphinium. Over in this little raised part is a little tiny strawberry patch that I planted a couple of years ago. The first year it didn't do well at all. Last year it did a little bit better, and this year it's doing the best. I've been able to harvest a little handful of strawberries so far. That one needs to ripen just a little bit more. What I've been doing with the strawberries that I've picked so far out of that little patch is wash them off, put them in the freezer, and then when they're frozen I put them in a small container, and when I get enough I'm going to make some jam. Those are frozen. I just wanted to explain a couple of things that I was thinking about. You may have wondered why I only filled the wheelbarrow halfway full or less when I was hauling the dirt. And that's because if it was full, I wouldn't be able to haul it at all. So I just put about 1/3 to 1/2 of a wheelbarrow load when I do things with a wheelbarrow. And then it's a lot easier for me to transport the soil to where I want it. I would rather have to walk more steps than push more dirt, heavier dirt. So that's why I didn't fill the wheelbarrow up all the way. It's just easier for me to do it that way. And then the other thing was, the reason why I was concerned about keeping track of the asparagus seeds that I'm going to be planting is because I'm also going to be planting some transplants from my other little asparagus patch later when the tops die down. So in order to remember where the seeds are that I'm going to also plant, I have an idea. So that's why I was concerned about how am I going to remember where these seeds are. It's because I'll be transplanting some more asparagus out there later on. So I'll have 2 types of asparagus, the seeds and the transplants, and we'll see which ones do the best. Okay, it's been a great day. I've been able to do some awesome things. It, of course, takes me a while to do my awesome things, but I know that even when I take it slow, I can accomplish a lot, and I know you can too. Thanks for watching.